on. So without further ado, I'm going to cut to the chase. We all know who he is. Most of us know. If you don't know, you've already find out. He hails in Southern California. He's a great father, a great mentor. He's one of the go-to for the co-founders. Without further ado, the great Regional Vice President Platinum, the one and only Mr. Dean Tarrolly. Let's give him a hand.
Hey, Mr. Thomas. Good morning, everybody. So, yeah, sorry that I'm on a little bit of a, I like what you said, I'm on a little bit of a leash time-wise here, but that's okay. We, maybe that's part of the message today is you don't need to take a lot of time to be effective. If you know what you're doing, and you know what you're communicating, you don't need to take a lot of time to be effective, because ultimately, it's funny, you guys, what do people always talk about, right? What do they always talk about? I am so what? I'm so, you have no idea how busy. Like the kids have got us so, like life has me so, running around with COVID and trying to figure out my jobs has got us so, like everybody's busy, right? Everybody's busy. So yeah, just some schedule crunch things kind of happened this morning, but it's all good. The message is not going to be watered down because of a little bit of a time crunch. So don't sweat that. So let me first say, Mr. Thomas, it's great to be here. Just trying to figure out why you're still having me here, but I'll take it. It's been a long time. We've been doing
because
this
you're good.
I want to say maybe is this like our 5th month or 4th month of doing this, of Thursday? I don't know what it is, but I enjoy it. I like this group a lot. I'm excited to see what happens. I know that you guys have a lot of other people pouring into you, and you guys have heard me say many times, you gotta be careful. Well, okay. You got to be careful with information overload, right? You get too many messages. See, the good thing about Mr. Thomas is this, is you cannot hit senior vice president by accident. It is a purposeful, directed decision. And to do that, you have to have some laser focus. You got to be laser on what it is that you're doing. So I know that when Mr. Thomas has people come in and speak to you guys, these are people that he knows that the message that he has is the message that the people that are going to be training on is going to be congruent with what it is he wants you all to learn and know to advance your businesses and advance your lives. In other words, you guys, these Thursday mornings, and certainly I can only speak for myself, I want to be clear with you. And I think that you guys are getting this. I am not trying to go through the motions with you on Thursday morning. That is not my intention at all. What good does that do any of us? That's why when I kind of get going and you guys kind of see me get going, there's something behind that. And I'm hoping that you take something from it and apply, right? So I'm going to start with something that I actually said last week. And then we're going to dive into what I have to talk about today. And we'll be, just like the burger place, we'll be in and out. So please do not take Mr. Thomas's time for granted, his leadership, his knowledge, his skill, his love for his team, all of those things. And I ask you to do that because the other RVPs and SVPs, we don't take them for granted. And the company doesn't take them for granted. It is a rare person that becomes a senior vice president. Anybody can, but it's the rare person to decide to do it and see it through. So Mr. Thomas, the respect I have for you. I appreciate you being, having me here. So you guys, let's pick up where we left off last week with a very important, what I believe is a very, very, very important piece of information to understand and embrace. And here's what it is. As you're getting all this knowledge and all this information from all these different sources, and yes, they've been cleared, and they have DEFCON 5 clearance from Mr. Thomas. I want you guys to remember something that I said last week, and what I said was unapplied knowledge is useless. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if it is unapplied, in my opinion, it is useless. What is the value of anything if you don't apply it? Certainly in our business, right? In our business, like unapplied knowledge. I know how the website works. Well, have you taken anybody on it? Nah. Oh, well, okay. Congratulations. Good for you. I mean, that's where you start. You got to apply it, right? So here are some questions for you guys ending the month. And Mr. Thomas, I typically ask this of you, permission to be very direct with everyone today. Okay. He starts answering me before I even finish the question. It's great. I love it. Okay, here goes. Ready? I have some questions. I want you guys to write these down. Question number 1. Can you peak? P-I-Q-U-E. Can you peak? ... Are you? Question mark. First question. Can you peak? ... Are you? I don't know. Are you peaking people? Or do you hear us talk about peaking people every day, every week, every month? And it's going in one ear and out the other. So you got to really ask yourself that question, you guys, and it's important. Are you peaking people? First of all, can you? And are you? Here's the next one. Can you launch someone and get a result? ... Are you? Can you launch someone and get a result? ... Are you? I think that's an amazing question. Look, if you don't know how to take someone who's ready to get started in the business and launch their business, we got something to talk about if you want to be a leader in this. Okay? That's the second one. Here's a third one. This is a big one. This is a big one. And I'm sure Mr. Thomas has done tons of trainings on this, but I'm just going to ask the question. Here goes. Here goes. Can you present ... Are you? Or are you waiting for your leader to do a presentation? Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's completely fine if you do that, but you're now on their schedule. You're not on your schedule. You want to start getting time back in ACN, learn some of the skills. So much of what we talked about this month has been developing skills to advance your businesses. So let's cover where we're at so far. Real simple. Can you peak? Can you pique someone's interest? Hey, do you look at other ways of making money? Hey, do you keep your business options open? Hey, I'm working on a business project. Are you open to hearing about it? Hey, you run a great store, a great restaurant. You run a great operation. Your gym is awesome. Do you ever look at ways to diversify your income? Right? You know, I'm working with some really successful people on a business project. Are you open to hearing about it? Right? Those are peaks. Are you doing that? Can you launch someone and get a result? Hey, everyone, we're not going to conquer the world in a day. How about this? How about, look, let's not try to conquer the world in a day. How about we start with your house? How about we start with you? Let's knock out a couple services, get you a result. Let's get you paid. Because I can't help you make $750 until I've helped you make your first 75. Let's get that done. Let's get $75 in the rearview mirror. How about that? Okay. Can you get someone a result? And by the way, folks, let me tell you something. The first person you might need to get a result for is you, right? Like I give you permission to go out and get 3 services in the next couple of days and you get a $75 bonus. Guess what? You're back in the game. By the way, you are documented. There we go. The third one, this is a biggie. Can you present? Are you? You guys, if you go week to week, if you go Thursday to Thursday with me or whatever day to whatever leader you're really dialed in on, and there's nothing on the books looking backwards, no customers have hit the books personally for you. There's been no presentations done. Look, you're not in trouble, right? You're not in trouble. You can't get fired here, but you have to have a realistic conversation with yourself to be able to understand that in a traditional business, that would be a 4-alarm fire. That's why so many businesses have had 4-alarm fires over the pandemic, because they have not been able to bring in any customers. They've not been able to create revenue. They've had to do things so creatively to try to be able to do that. So understand something, folks. If you do not know the presentation and you fancy yourself a leader, and one of the greatest things about our business is to be able to get some control back in your life, one of the core elements that's needed to do that is your ability to be able to walk someone through an 8-minute explanation of what this business is. Because guess what? Now you're going to start seeing freedom. Why? Because now you're not on somebody else's schedule. Mr. Thomas, can you present? Mr. Thomas, can you present? Well, listen, man, you've been in the business for 3 years. Now, I can, and I'll continue to do it, but you have to understand that I can't do it right now. So you're going to have to reschedule with this person that you're excited to see, because I have other business that I've already got on the books, and I'm happy to do it. Here's when I can do it. And then you got to work around his schedule. You want some control back? Work around your schedule. What do you need to do? You got to know how to present. And the biggest question about presenting is, are you presenting? So here's a question to ask each one of you. Have any of you done a presentation for someone over the last week? Got to ask that question. And if the answer is yes, great. Your business is probably in a building state. And if the answer is no, your business is probably in a static state. Here's the next one. Can you promote? Do you know how to promote these calls? Do you know how to get so freaked out that you guys, here's a great part of promotion. Can you get yourself so emotionally excited and freaked out about what's going on in and around your business and the people that you're working with, but can you do it in a way that actually doesn't freak your friends out and they think you're on drugs? Right? Look, very easy for me to promote the calls with Mr. Thomas. That's easy. I'm like, look, man, this individual has so much knowledge and experience. He has built businesses around the world. And we have him on a call? Like, you got to hear him, man. Well, what's he going to talk about? Let's dial in and listen. Can you promote? And understand what I said about promoting, you guys. An event is not an event. Promoting an event is promoting a person. So how do you get really good at doing that? Get to know the leaders that you're working with. You got to get to know the leaders that you're working with, man. So you can tell their stories so the people can relate to that person. You know, I had a conversation with one of my business partners yesterday. Stop edifying your guests to us and start edifying us to your guests. Dude, you don't understand, man. You don't understand, Mr. Thomas. This guy runs 3 car dealerships. He's, awesome. Great. What have you told him? What have you told him about me? Understand that when you're edifying your guests to us, we're not trying to get into the car business. We're not trying to get into the gym business. We're not trying to do that. So I don't know why. I'm not nervous to meet him. I'm excited to meet him, but you got to give us the best shot to win on your behalf. How do you do that? You got to be able to promote the leader so we have credibility with them when we speak to them. Are you good at it? Here's a little hint on promoting. When you promote a leader, past, present, future. Here's what they did. Here's what they're doing. Here's what they're doing. Here's what they're about to do. I'm working with a gentleman. His name is Mr. Al Thomas. He has a background in banking and finance. He saw this industry, took a work ethic that he already had, put it into this business, has reached the top position in our company, and he is about to go global. Like I'm telling you, the opportunity that we have, I cannot wait for. Look, you two meet, sparks are going to fly. I am telling you, wait till you hear the vision and what this person has in place for us. It's amazing. By the way, who would want to meet that person? I would. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Can you sign up any and all of the services? Are you? Now, I've talked to you guys about mastering 1 or 2 services, But the question is, do you have the ability to sign up any of them? And if you don't, guess what you need to do? You need to learn how to do it. You need to go in there, watch the trainings, get into your online store, point and click on some stuff. Okay? Are you? And then here's the biggie. Here's the biggie. Can you help teach someone everything I just listed? ... What's the last two words? Are you? Are you? You want to know what network marketing and ACN is? Can you peak someone? Are you? Can you launch someone and get them a result? Are you? Can you present the business? Are you? Can you promote a leader? Can you promote an event? Are you? Can you sign up any of the services? Are you? And the key is, can you help teach someone all of these things? And the most important question is, are you? Are you doing that? And by the way, for the, I was just about to say you don't have to do all these things in one day, but you want to know what? I do them all in a day, all the time. So let's raise the bar a little bit. I was literally, to make it safe for you guys, I was about to say this. I'm telling you, here's my own lesson that I needed to learn. I was about to say to all of you, you don't have to do all these things in a day. Really? Do them all in a day. Pique someone's interest. That takes 30 seconds. Check. Can you launch someone and help someone get a result, or participate in a launch and help someone get a result? Check. Can you present the business to one person today before Mr. Thomas's calls tonight? I'm telling you, you can do that. Check. Can you promote his next training event? Whatever that is. Check. Can you sign up one customer on a service today? Ask him for a favor. You're working towards a promotion. Check. And can you teach someone how to do these things today? And I'm telling you, the answer to that question is yes. So if you want to know the difference between the super producers and the people who are achieving in ACN and the people that aren't, I believe they do these things. I have them all in my notes. I believe that they do these things. In fact, I don't believe that they do these things. I know that they do these things. So here's the bottom line, you guys, from this month, from our months together. Let's be really clear with each other. This is not a will you conversation. This is not a will you conversation. Will you peak? Will you launch? Will you present? Will you promote? Will you sign up to services? Will you help teach someone all these things? That is not what this conversation is. This is not a will you conversation. This is a are you conversation. And the will you people always, always, always trail the are you people. The will you people always want to find out what the are you people are doing. And guess what the are you people are doing? The business. That's what they're doing. They're actually applying the knowledge. Like I've told you guys, when I train, everything will come full circle. They're applying the knowledge. Unapplied knowledge is useless. Applied knowledge is useful. In fact, applied knowledge is required. So what I'm asking you guys to do is to move from audience to participant. That's what I'm asking you to do if you want ACN to happen. And if you want it to happen, I hope that these are some check marks, some signposts, some, a guide to see what you've done in a given day, given week, given month. But let's move from, you guys, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to be that person that moves from the are you, or from the will you group to the I am group? How great will that be? But sometimes you need to hear this. I have to tell myself this all the time. What did I do? What did I do? And by the way, if a day happens where you're not able to get as much stuff done as you want to, guess what? Double up the next day. Double up the next day. Get back on track. Get back on track. We've talked about goals. We've talked about the positions. We've talked about all those things. All of those things are a function of what I just listed off for you. They're all a function of it. Right? They're all a function of it. They're all a function of these activities happening on a regular basis. So how do people get promoted faster than others? They simply do more of it. And now you have two thoughts going through your head. Here's what they're, well, he doesn't understand my circumstances. I'm so busy. I'm so this, I'm so that. So something that I talked to and I'm going to end with this, you guys, something that I talk to my leaders about all the time is this. It's a phrase that I think is powerful. I think it's powerful. I think it's liberating. I think it is imperative if you're a leader. And the phrase is 3 words. And here's what they are. And if you've heard me say it before, I would tell you to write it down again. The phrase is, by the way, do I have your attention or no? Are you sure? Because I'm not even going to say it until I get Queen Allen to like nod her head, because I know she's driving, but until okay, Queen, there it is. Natasha just put it in the chat. In spite of my circumstances, in spite of my family, in spite of my stupid, negative, rotten apple friends who happen to be broke, in spite of all those people, in spite of my circumstances, in spite of my schedule, in spite of my situation, in spite of the position I find myself in spite of all of those things, I am getting something on that list done today. And I'm telling you, your head will hit the pillow and you will have such a great night's sleep, because you now fall into the category of person that most people will never fall into. And that's a person that actually keeps their word. And they did what they said they were going to do. You start stacking those things up, that promotion's going to hit you. And you're going to look back and go, I didn't even realize the messages I was telling myself. I got that cleared up. Now my vision, my focus, my goals are super, super clear. And I can see where I'm going. I can see what I'm doing. I can see what I need to do. And here's a big one. I can tell when I haven't done it. A quick adjustment, and I can make up for it the next day. And I'm right back on track. Regional director is a done freaking deal. I am making this happen. I'm going to be a regional director by 4th of July or sooner. If you're an ETL on this call, great. And I'm going to start building this business in a way that now I'm not going to worry about what somebody else is doing. I'm going to worry about what I'm doing, and I'm going to advance my business, and you will become proof. And that's what people want. They want proof. And when you start stacking these things up, the proof is coming. It's not a will you, it's an are you. And figure out which group you're in and make the move to get into the are you group, and watch what happens. That's what I got for you, Mr. Thomas. I hope it was helpful.